Hi guys, Dazzie with another episode of my showcase series. This time it is episode 94 and today I will be showcasing the Swamp Thing key issue comic books in my personal collection. Yeah, we've got several nice books that come from the 1980s run of the Swamp Thing. But before we continue, if I could perhaps ask you for a subscription, a like, a share, a comment, ding that bell for notifications. It all really helps my low grade productions. Yeah, I remember being at the Birmingham Con back in 2016 and seeing the first appearance of Swamp Thing, House of Secrets book, of course, for about £100 up on the wall. And at the time I was just into collecting, and yeah, I wasn't going to fork out that sort of money for a piece of paper, but we know what comics go for these days, and I'm a lot wiser these days. But as yet I've not got any of the books from the Bernie Wrightson run, but I do have a lot of the nicer keys from the 80s run. And we're going to start with Volume 2, Saga of the Swamp Thing, issue number 6, guys. Now, if you were a fan of the Swamp Thing TV show like me, there was a character, General Sunderland, Avery Carlton Sunderland, who was portrayed by actor Will Patton. He was the villain of the Swamp Thing TV show. Well, he first appears in this issue, guys. Now, in the Phantom Stranger backup story for this issue, Death takes the form of a distinguished gentleman. Although this version of Death is the same as the Neil Gaiman version of Death. Now, Gaiman's conceptual design of Death won't be developed until 1989. A little interesting side note. I paid £5.75 for this one in November of 2018. Yep, I like to pick up first appearances that appear in live action, as you know. I've had a couple of these runs over the years. This is Swamp Thing issue 67. We're jumping up, guys. This includes a 6-page preview of John Constantine's first solo title, Hairblazer issue number 1, of course, from 1988. A book I recently picked up. This was gifted to me from America from my Pittsburgh Steelers buddy, JT Rogers. A double figure book. This is between a £10 and a £15 book on a good day. This one's undervalued. Of course, we're getting a Justice League Dark show at some point, I believe. I know J.J. Abrams was attached. Well, it's just a matter of time before we do get the darker side of the DC universe. This is Swamp Thing issue number 90, and I've got a few of these, and this is a solid seller. Around about a £10 to a £15 book again, guys. Why? Well, this is the first appearance of Tef Holland, or Teffy Holland, an Earth Elemental and the daughter of Abby and Swamp Thing Alec Holland. Of course, it is the Alec Holland version that we got on the screen. Paid 96p for this one, believe it or not. The Birmingham Con of 2022. Strange price to pay. But I've had several. In fact, so I've got one, shameless plug, for sale at the moment on my eBay store. This next book, cracking cover and really, really tough to find. It was brought to my attention by Mercenal Comics from across the pond. And like I said, I've been looking for it for a long time, but it is scarce. This is Swamp Thing, issue 153. Picked this one up for £5.75 in Worcester. Out of This World is a shop. It's a great one here in Gloucestershire. Check it out if you can. Now, this is cover art, of course, by Brian Bolon, featuring a swastika, an alternate reality story where the Nazis won World War II, written by Mark Millar. And this can go round about £30 to £40 on a good day, so worth a snag, guys, if you can find it for cheap like I did. Then we're going to get into a couple of the new 52 issues. Sorry about the glare, but the sun's shining out in the garden and it's coming through. This is Swamp Thing issue number 1 from the new 52, and this is the first appearance of Seth, and it's also the first appearance of Swamp Thing, who is Culbraith A.H. Rogers. Now, Seth is a character in my DC encyclopedia, and like you know, guys, it's got a good track record of bringing characters onto the screen. Paid £1.22 for that one. Nice high grade. And then I've been looking for this one because it's another book to do with my encyclopedia. This is Swamp Thing issue 20. And this is the first appearance of Capucine. Capucine, a villain to the Swamp Thing. £2.20 for that in a shop in Cardiff that I will never go to again. Yeah, check out one of my rant videos on the shop in question. I won't even name it. And the final book I'm going to show you guys was an AOK, and it came from my good friend Lewis, aka Comic Vantage. We don't get these books over here. This is the 100-page giant Swamp Thing Halloween Horror, issue number 1. Yeah, these are books that came out in Walmarts across the across America. First appearance of the Briar Witch. It's a one-shot 100-page giant featuring stories with a Halloween theme from various writers and artists. And a great book. This one was quite hot at the time. And on a good day, that'll go for £10 plus. So guys, that's it. Excuse the glare on my face, but that's my Swamp Thing books. I'm hoping to add some from the first volume going forwards. Bye for now.